and dupatta on her head. One said to the other, Ama tara Sauda ma ahsana halaha? Do you not see Sauda, how beautiful she looks in this Yemeni garment and dupatta on her head? Nabi Kareem sallallahu alayhi wa sallam will be coming any moment now. And if he sees her shining like a star amongst us, we've got no chance. He won't even look at us. Let's take good care of her. Now our mother was slightly hard of hearing. She didn't know what they were murmuring about, what they were talking about. So our mother asked, okay, what are you talking about? Hafsa said to our mother, O Sauda ama sha'arti, don't you know? She asked, no what? She said, Kharaj al-a'war al-Dajjal, that the one-eyed lion, that the Dajjal has appeared. Now our mother was so simple that she became frightened. She became so frightened that she began to ask, where shall I hide? Hafsa pointed towards the tent. Go hide inside that tent. And our mother hid inside the tent. And the tent was covered with cobwebs and dust. Now they've achieved their purpose. Now our mother is covered with cobwebs hiding inside. And our mother, Hazrat Hafsa and Aisha, are laughing their heads off. They're laughing so much that they can't even speak. Nabi Kareem sallallahu alayhi wa sallam enters. He's asking them, why are you laughing? They cannot speak due to laughter. They are pointing towards the tent, Ya Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, go inside the tent and you'll know why we are laughing. Nabi Kareem sallallahu alayhi wa sallam goes and finds our mother Hafsa covered in dust, covered in cobwebs, asking, has the Dajjal come out? Nabi Kareem sallallahu alayhi wa sallam takes our mother out. Smiling, laughing, Nabi Kareem sallallahu alayhi wa sallam wipes away the cobwebs, wipes away the dust, saying, O Sauda, ma kharaj wa la yakhrujun. Dajjal has not appeared, but one day he will soon come out. This was Nabi Kareem sallallahu alayhi wa sallam was with his wife. Believe it or not, he sallallahu alayhi wa sallam would even race with his wife. He would even compete with them and run with them. The hadith of Abu Dawud, narrated by our mother Aisha radiallahu ta'ala anha. She says, we were on a journey. Nabi Kareem sallallahu alayhi wa sallam told the Sahaba to proceed. Can you continue going? We remained behind, my husband and I. And Nabi Kareem, at the time I was very light and young. And Nabi Kareem sallallahu alayhi wa sallam said, go Aisha, come. Would you like to race with me? She says, we competed, we ran. And I beat my husband. I beat the Nabi of Allah in the race. And I won Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. She says, after the race, Nabi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam didn't say anything. He didn't make a mention of it. So I had totally forgotten and I'd grown bulky. Come another occasion, and yet again we were on a journey. Nabi Kareem sallallahu alayhi wa sallam told the Sahaba to proceed. Can you continue? Nabi Kareem sallallahu alayhi wa sallam remained behind with me and said, go Aisha, let us race. We raced, and this time Nabi Kareem sallallahu alayhi wa sallam won. Nabi Kareem sallallahu alayhi wa sallam began to smile and say, go Aisha, now it is 1-1. By winning today, I have equalized your winning before. Who has ever acted upon the hadith of Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam? Who could think or imagine that this is the way Nabi Kareem sallallahu alayhi wa sallam would behave towards his wife? It wasn't just about fasting. It wasn't just about praying. It wasn't just about reciting the Quran. Islam is a complete way of life. It's about giving everybody their due. It is about cheering the family. And this is why Nabi Kareem sallallahu alayhi wa sallam would do this. Now this doesn't mean today that everybody tomorrow take out his Miss Beautiful to the local park in Peterborough, in front of the local public in Peterborough and prepare for the Olympics. Because this wasn't the way Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam did. Nabi Kareem sallallahu alayhi wa sallam did it in such a manner that at the time nobody was watching our mother and nobody was watching Nabi Kareem sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. There was total privacy. And if anybody wants to answer upon a hadith like this, then they should answer upon it in the manner that Nabi Kareem sallallahu alayhi wa sallam himself did it. The love he had for his wife was ajeeb, well out of this world. The love he had for our mother Aisha radiallahu ta'ala anha was out of this world. When our Nabi Kareem sallallahu alayhi wa sallam married our mother Hazrat Safiya, the news of how beautiful she was spread like fire in Madinatul Munawwara. Nabi Kareem sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, when he reached Medina, he decided to leave our mother Safiya in the house of the Sahabi Harithah ibn Nu'man. And he sallallahu alayhi wa sallam made his way to his daughter. This was the habit of Rasulullah. Every time he returned from a journey, he would go meet his family first. He would meet his daughter Fatima radiallahu ta'ala anha. Then he would kiss his grandsons Sayyidina Hassan and Sayyidina Hussein radiallahu ta'ala anha. And then after he would come and meet the Azwaj al-Mutahharat, the Ummahatul Mu'mineen, our mothers, all of which came out congratulating Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam on the victory of Khaybar. Now, when Nabi Kareem sallallahu alayhi wa sallam saw our mother Hazrat Aisha radiallahu ta'ala anha, he sensed something fishy in her eyes. Something dodgy, something not normal. Now our mother had heard how beautiful Hazrat Safiya radiallahu ta'ala anha was. All the women that had already seen her were coming back, praising Hazrat Safiya radiallahu ta'ala anha and her beauty. Now our mother wanted to see this new guest. But she didn't want anybody to find out that she has gone to see Hazrat Safiya radiallahu ta'ala anha. So she covered herself, put on a niqab, put on a burqa, left the house without anybody noticing, thinking that nobody's known that she's left. And amongst the other women that were going to see Hazrat Safiya radiallahu ta'ala anha, our mother joined them and made her way to where our mother Hazrat Safiya was residing. Thinking that she's got away with it, nobody knows. She entered. Now look at Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. There is a group of women there. Amongst them is our mother Hazrat Aisha radiallahu ta'ala anha, totally covered from top to bottom. Nabi Kareem sallallahu alaihi wasallam recognized that was our mother Hazrat Aisha radiallahu ta'ala anha. This is how well he knew his family. He recognized Aisha immediately, but he didn't say a word. He let our mother Aisha have a good look at Safiya. Our mother Safiya radiallahu ta'ala anha. And when they left the house, as soon as she left, Nabi Kareem sallallahu alayhi wa sallam grabbed her by the side like this. Oh Aisha, Ya Shuqaira, kayfa ra'ayti wa Shuqaira? How was she? Smiling, teasing her, was she good? Did you have a good look? And our mother very angry replied, رَأَيْتُ يَهُودِيَةً بَيْنَ يَهُودِيَاتٍ. Finding out that she's been caught out after all this caution, she became very angry. This was Nabi Kareem sallallahu alayhi wa sallam with his wife. Ajib, the way he behaved was ajib. There was no such thing as just coming in for the meal and then rushing out because the boys are waiting outside. When he walked inside and when he ate with his mothers, such is the custom that in some of our houses where the men eat first and the women eat after. Nabi Kareem sallallahu alayhi wa sallam would sit with our mothers of Aisha on the same dastarkhan and he would eat with her. Our mother would drink water from a glass. After drinking, Nabi Kareem sallallahu alayhi wa sallam would take the very same glass. And expressing his love, he would drink from the very same glass, placing his lips exactly on the same place from where our mother had been drinking from. If she chewed meat from a bone, expressing love, Nabi Kareem sallallahu alayhi wa sallam would take that bone from her and he would chew the remaining portion, beginning from exactly the place from where our mother had finished. This is how Nabi Kareem sallallahu alayhi wa sallam would sit with his wives and eat. Then after this, he sallallahu alayhi wa sallam wouldn't leg it because the boys are sitting in the car and horning and waiting, or because they've rang. He sallallahu alayhi wa sallam after this would entertain his wife. He would tell them stories, he would make them laugh, he would talk with them, they would talk with him, they would relate stories, and he sallallahu alayhi wa sallam would listen. He related the stories of Luqman ibn Ab and his 7 brothers, all of which had sent a proposal to the same woman. He related the story of Khurafa, a man from Banu Uzra who was captured by the jinn, and he related ajib stories when he came back. And then he related the story of the 11 women of Yemen, and some say the 11 women of Hijaz. A very beautiful story which can be found in Sahih al-Bukhari. Now what do women normally do when they sit together? I'm not going to say gossip because it's impolite. They talk. Women love talking. Anything and everything, they love talking. It's within their nature. Now these 11 women of Hijaz, their husbands have gone out for something, for some work, for some business, and they have nothing to do. So they want to keep themselves occupied. They sit together, and the hadith states, فَتَآقَدْنَا وَتَآهَدْنَا أَلَّا يَكْتُمْنَ مِنْ أَخْبَارِ أَزْوَاجِهِنَّ شَيْئًا. That all 11 got together and they took an oath and promised that they will relate the true state, they will describe the true state of their husband without changing anything, without hiding anything. Now they begin, now you've had it. One of them says, you know, my husband, when he eats everything. And when he drinks everything. There's nothing left in the cup. Not a sip does he leave. And when it comes time to sleep, he doesn't want to know me. He goes to his own room, in his own bed, and locks the door. This is my husband. But my sisters are thinking, we have many like this in our houses. Another one says, you know, my husband, is like the meat of a useless camel. And then this meat is on top of a mountain which cannot be reached or climbed. Basically what she was saying, A, my husband is useless. And secondly, in spite that he's useless, he's impossible to approach. He makes it out that he's important. The third one says, what can I say about my husband? I've got nothing to say about him. I fear that if I begin to make a mention of him and his faults, I can continue all night and his faults will never end. Like this. You need to read up this yourself. It's in Sahih al-Bukhari. Like this, each and every woman